So we're here today with our customer's GE 2011 Subaru WRX, similar from 2008 to 2013, probably similar to STI as well, 2014 as well. And so fuse box is on the driver's side here. And this generation Subaru, Forester, Impreza, they're all located right here and really easy to access. And the fuse panel cover has all the fuse layout on there. This here is the fuse panel cover, and what we use for the dash cam, we have the stop light fuse, so that's the 20 amp fuse there, stop light. And then for the accessory, we use this 10 amp cigar. There's a lot of other fuses you can use on these cars. There's also 7.5 amp there. ACC is another accessory fuse you could use, and the power door lock 15 amp fuse also works. And if you've seen our BRZ FRS installation video, we just take off this side trim panel, and this will let us run the wires a little bit easier. And I would say just undo the weather trim and you can access a lot of room there to run your wire. So remember that for the BlackboxMyCar hardwire kit, the yellow wire is actually the ACC, red wire is for constant, and we also have the black ground wire, which you can see over here. And you only need a Phillips head screwdriver to loosen this bolt. We don't want to put the ground on the outside because with the plastic, it might not ground nicely. So we put it in right between this plastic and this metal piece here. If you want, you can also, if you have a self-tapping screw, you can probably just drill into this piece here and also ground from there. Another possible ground inside there. And for the excess wire, just zip tie it together, bunch it all in there, and get it out of the way. So once we put back the fuse panel cover and the side trim there, we go up the A-pillar and then to the front camera, which is right there. That's the BlackboxMyCar CH100B. You can kind of line it up with the mirror base there, and I'll show you what it looks like from the outside. So with the mounting clip in place, the wires are a little bit neater. With this car, however, one unique difference was the mirror is mounted a little bit low. And so with the camera mounted where it is right now, where we normally mount it right next to the mirror base, there's a lot of wires here. There's probably a good 8 inches of wire here. And we did experiment with mounting it right here using the Wi-Fi app, and it would look a little bit more discreet. The wires wouldn't be dangling so much, but at the same time, the image does get clipped off by the mirror. The image is a little bit better where it's placed right now, but you do give up a little bit of discreetness because the camera has to be mounted so low. So with front camera mounted, and just make sure it clears with the windshield wiper. This car has really big windshield wipers, and the mirror is actually mounted really low. So on this car, we just go typically just undo the weather stripping a little bit. This panel gap's not too hard to work with. I remember on the Toyota Corolla, this is actually really stiff, and same even with our Prius. On this car, it's really easy to work with, as long as you use our trim tool, and then just put all this trim back into place. So with the excess wire, we put a lot of it inside the C-pillar here, and you can also spread it out. So you could go from the C-pillar here on this side and run it along the headliner, and then over to this side and bunch some more in here. There's a lot of room in this C-pillar, and so you don't have to worry too much about that. And then with the rear camera, we have it mounted right there. So if you have the STI wing like this car does here, we actually got a pretty good image out of it. I'll show you what viewing angle we have. And so we were worried whether it would clear or not the actual video, and this is where the Wi-Fi comes in really handy. So just fire up your BlackboxMyCar app, and you can use the app to basically line up the camera. Obviously not as ideal as a hatchback where you have a windshield wiper, you get a clearer image out of it. On a rainy day like today, you do get some water droplets on the window, obviously, and there's no real way to avoid this unless you have a hatchback or have a windshield wiper on the back. You can also use the app to center your dash cam, but an easy way to do it is also just to line it up right with that pin there that holds up the headliner. So that one is right in the middle, so that's what we use to reference it with. From the outside, because this car has a tint on it, there's not really too much to see.